So, this is torque. What is this torque? Before going to discuss about the torque, let me explain force and its importance in a translatory motion. When a body moves or placed on a surface, let the mass of this body is m. Whenever a force acts on this one, this force can accelerate this body. It may or may not. Every time we are not telling that force changes the condition of this body. It will try to change this one. Similarly, the force can accelerate, it can retard the motion of this body, it can turn the body. That means changes the direction of this translatory motion. Now, in all these three cases, if the mass of the body, if you know m, so what is the acceleration produced on this one? A is equal to F by m. So, based on this applied force and mass, this acceleration can be determined very easily. So, a linear force or simply force can produce or can provide linear acceleration. So, this force can provide linear acceleration. If force is not acting on this body, let us say this body is at rest. This body is at rest and no force is acting externally. So, what happens to this body? Body remains at rest. So, this already we discussed in Newton's first law, where when no external force acts on a body, the position of the body never changes. That means, to change the translatory motion of a body, translatory condition of a body, so to change translation or translatory condition of a body, we need to apply force. Without applying this force, we cannot change this one. So, to get this acceleration, we need to apply force. That is the meaning of Newton's first law. Similarly, to change the rotational condition of a body, we need to apply a force. So, here to change the rotational or rotatory condition of a body, we need to apply. This is, we call it as simply force or linear force, but here I need to apply angular force, as here the velocity is linear velocity, displacement is linear displacement, acceleration is a linear acceleration, but in this is angular velocity, angular displacement theta, angular velocity omega, angular acceleration alpha. So, when a body is moving along a straight line, to increase the displacement, I need to apply force. To increase the velocity, I need to apply force. To provide the acceleration, I need to apply a force. That we call it as simply force only, but actually that is linear force. Similarly, when a body is rotating through an angle theta, to increase this theta angle of rotation, I need to apply angular force. To increase the angular velocity, I need to apply angular force, and as well as to give angular acceleration also, I need to apply angular force. Now, if the fan is rotating slowly, if I want to increase the speed of the fan, I need to rotate the knob here, that regulator. If you rotate the regulator, then speed of the fan. Here the speed of the fan is not linear speed, it is a angular speed or angular velocity. So, to increase this one or to decrease this one, even to change the direction of this one, so all these three purposes we need to apply angular force. This angular force we call it as simply a small name is given, which is known as torque, represented by a letter tau. This is a tau, similar to T only, but spelling is T-A-U, a Greek letter tau. This torque is also known as a Coulomb force. So what is couple of force here? Here, for this is now here when I am writing this one force, couple means we know these are two forces, not one force. But these two forces are acting on a body to rotate the body. Why? Because a single force can move a body, a couple of force can rotate a body. That couple of force we call it as torque, another name for given to this one. Here it is not writing this pen, that means I need to change the ink here. So what I am going to do, I need to apply two forces on this one. Here I am rotating this one like this. When I am rotating this one, I can remove the cap here. See this, I am using two fingers here. I am rotating this. Now after this, to fill this one, I need to take this ink bottle. Here also to open this one, I am rotating like this. So when I am rotating like this, the cap is coming up. So this is the direction of torque that I will explain later. That means similar to the angular velocity, here also the cap is moving in the direction of torque only. Now when I am applying this force with my two fingers, how I am applying force here? So see this one, this finger is coming towards you and this finger is coming towards me. So I am applying two forces which are equal in magnitude but acting in opposite directions, which are parallel to each other. Throughout the rotation, the distance between the two fingers is not changing. So now I removed this one. Now I am going to keep some ink into this one. So I am putting some ink here. So after putting the ink, now I want to close this cap now. So I have to keep it like this. I cannot insert this one directly. Why? Because it has screws. So it has to rotate about that axis. So now once again I am keeping my two fingers here. I am rotating this one. Please remember, I am using two equal, opposite, parallel, and they are not acting on the same point. They are acting at two different points of the body. So when force is acting in this direction, one more force is acting on this point of this pen. So this is called a couple of force. Similarly, while drinking water from a water bottle, see here also I am rotating this one in this direction. So here how many forces I am applying here? Two equal, opposite, parallel and non-collinear forces always forms a couple. So here I am going to write couple force means two equal, opposite, parallel, non-collinear forces forms a couple of force or simply couple. So I gave some examples here. Similarly, to get water from a tap, we need to apply force on the tap. There also we are using two fingers. Similarly, while riding a bike, we need to hold the handle in this direction. If you are not changing the direction of this one, the bike will move along a straight line. But if you apply a force, one force on this side of the handle in this direction, one more force in this direction, when you rotate like this, you are going to change your direction of motion. So then that means you are going to rotate your body, that vehicle or bike, what will be about the center of that one. So you are converting this translative motion into circular motion. But about this point, if you want to rotate the bike there itself, so then also you have to apply not the force, you have to apply a continuous torque to rotate the bike in the path only, in a circular path. This is your bike. If you want to rotate in this direction, you need to change your direction of the force continuously. There also you are going to apply force on the bike. Now, here if you take a body, this is a body. I am going to apply two forces. So this is the first force which is acting on the edge of this body, and one more force is acting on the edge of this body on the other side. Let the distance between these two bodies, this is let us say length of this one is r. So the couple of force, now see the conditions. How many forces are acting on this body? Two forces. whether they are equal or not in magnitude. You see this one and this one, both are similar. That means in the couple of force, one force is equal to the magnitude of the other force, and these two forces must be equal in magnitude. So they are equal in magnitude, but they must be opposite in direction. This is acting downwards, this is acting upwards. So they are acting in the opposite direction. They are parallel. When this body is rotating about this point, the new position of this body after some time will be like this. So now also let us say this force is acting like this and this force is acting like this. In this case also they are parallel. That means distance between these two remains as r only. So they are always parallel to each other. And what is this non-collinear? Collinear means acting along same line. Collinear means acting along same line, but here these are acting on two different lines. So lines of action are different. That's why this is called non-collinear forces. So this is known as a couple. So here to find this couple of force or torque, this is nothing but the moment of force. We know what is meant by moment of mass, mass into perpendicular distance. Similarly, moment of force means force into any quantity and its perpendicular distance. Here, which force we have to consider, either this or this. So the moment of force also known as couple, or simply it is also known as a torque, which is given by that force, any one force, because these two are equal in magnitude. So you take only the magnitude of this one. This is force and the perpendicular distance between these two. So this force and this force are separated by a distance r here. So this is F into r. So torque tau is equal to, or couple is equal to moment of force. So these are the different terms that we are using to denote this effect. Here force F into r. So this is the formula. So what is the SI unit and dimension formula for this one? Force is measured in Newton and the distance is measured in meter. So this is Newton meter, and the dimension formula force ml minus 2 into distance is L. So this will become m L square t minus 2. You can see this one. This is the dimension formula for work, and this is also dimension formula for energy. While work and energy are scalar quantity, this torque is a vector quantity. Now, please write down this. This torque is a vector quantity. Even though the SI unit as well as the dimension formula for this one are similar to work and energy, these two are being scalars, but this is a vector quantity. Now, here you may see that, sir, why we are taking only this force, why not this force? Actually speaking, if it is the body, you see this one, this is the body, and the forces acting on this body are given as, this is F, this is F, and this is another force F here. So these are the two forces acting on this one. Now let me take this body is rotating about this point. So now it will move in this direction, it will rotate in this direction. Let the distance from this one to this one is, let me take this as R1. So this is R1. Now this will become R2. Here we know that the sum of the moments of the force is given by sum of moments of force is given by. So what is the moment of this force about this axis of rotation here? Force into distance. So what I am going to write, this is sum of the moments F into R1. But this force will provide this rotation in this direction. This is anti-clockwise direction. So now anti-clockwise direction, this will be positive. But if only this force is acting, then also this is anti-clockwise rotation. So this is also FR2. So this is the total sum of the moments of force acting on this one. In this case, I consider this force into this distance and this force into this distance. So these are the sum of the moments of forces. I can take F common, this will become R1 plus R2. But what is R1 plus R2? R1 plus R2 is nothing but the distance between the two forces. That's why we can write F into R. So this is the torque equation. So that means, well, while calculating the torque acting on the body, we have to consider the force as well as the perpendicular distance. Which force we are considering? From this data we can say we are considering the both forces because the magnitude of these forces are equal. Now, if you consider x-axis here, y-axis here, z-axis here, let us say there is a particle of mass m which is at a distance of r from the origin. Now, if a force is acting on this one, let us say that force is acting on this one in this direction. This is the force acting on this body. If force is acting on this one, here I am going to determine force experienced by a single particle, or we can write torque experienced by a single particle. So to find out this one, we know that torque is a vector quantity, tau is a vector quantity. That means we need to multiply two vectors. To get this vector, we need to multiply two vectors which are mutually perpendicular to each other. Here the position vector is a vector and this force which is acting at an angle theta with the position vector. So angle between these two is theta. Now, if I want to multiply this one, I need two vectors which are mutually perpendicular to each other. So one is this position vector, the other one is the force vector. But the force vector is not perpendicular to this r. So I am going to resolve this into two components. So now let me take this as a f cos theta and then it will become f sin theta. You can see if f sin theta is exactly perpendicular to the position vector. So now torque can be written as the first vector into the second vector. What is the first vector? R bar into what is the second vector? F sin theta. So torque tau is equal to, this is actually, if you take only the magnitude, because the component is not a vector here, this is the magnitude of this radius vector or that position vector. This is f sin theta which is perpendicular to this one. If you multiply these two vectors, you are going to get a torque. So what I am going to write here? R bar cross F bar. So this is the expression. This is torque is equal to R bar cross F bar. That means here, what is the direction of the torque? This is the magnitude of the torque. If you multiply these two, you will get the magnitude of torque. And this we know that torque tau is equal to Rf sin theta. Because A cross B is equal to AB sin theta and R bar cross F bar is equal to RF sin theta. Now, in this is R and how force is acting. So, we are taking only the component of force. So, this is R. So, I am using right hand palm rule. First vector, I am keeping the palm in the direction of the first vector and the second vector F sin theta in this direction and the torque will be along z axis. So, what I am going to write here is this tau bar is equal R bar R into F sin theta into K cap. So, this is how you can find the direction of the torque acting on this one. This is one method of finding torque. Suppose here not only this one, you can resolve this R also into two components. If it is theta, if you draw a perpendicular here, this is also theta and this will be 90, this will be 90 minus theta. And now you can resolve this R into two components like this. Now, if it is theta, this will be theta. If it is R, this will become R cos theta and this component will become R sin theta. Here, torque can be written as, here this is the direction of the force vector and these two are perpendicular to each other. So, what I am going to write? Force vector into the perpendicular vector is R sin theta. So, F into r sin theta. So torque tau is equal to Fr sin theta. Here I got Rf sin theta. Here also I am going to get Rf or Fr sin theta. But in vector form you can write this as R bar cross F bar. What is this? Direction of torque. Actually torque is also known as turning effect of force is called torque. Is called torque. So what is the direction of this torque? As I explained earlier, here this is the lid of this bottle, this is the radius. When I am applying force like this, so I am applying force like this, here I am applying force like this is the direction of force, this is the radius. Now by applying that right hand palm rule, this is the radius, this is force, torque will be outwards. So torque will turn this one and this lid is coming outwards. So here when I am rotating like this, so it is coming outwards. Similarly, when I am rotating like this, when I am applying force in this direction, that means I am tightening this one. So while tightening, here this is the force, this is the radius. So radius into force, this is radius, palm, force, curled fingers, torque is inwards. So this body will move into, but here the turning effect is into, but previously this is turning effect is outwards. So this is how you can write, you can see this effect of force or turning effect of this force, which is known as torque. Now if torque is acting in one direction, the effect of the turning effect will be in that direction. If torque is acting in the opposite direction, in this case in opening or tightening the lid of a bottle, so when the lid is rotated like this, so this is the radius, I am applying force like this is radius, force, so this lid will enter into this one. Similarly, if I apply force in the opposite direction, this is radius, this is force, and the turning effect will be outwards. Here, when I am opening this book like this, see here I am applying force here, and this book, this cover is revolving about this axis. So I am rotating this book about this axis. So is it force or torque? So you may think that as the body is moving, translatory motion, so you may think that this is a force, but this is not force, this is a torque. But as I said earlier, to produce the torque we need two equal, opposite, parallel, non-collinear forces. Here I am applying only one force here, but what is the force that is acting on the other side? Here, as there is a bonding between this paper and this book, so one more force is acting in the downward direction. If I am applying force like this, if I apply force here, at the bottom of this book, if I apply force, a single force only, I can move this book upwards. But here, I am not moving this book upwards, I am rotating this page, I am rotating this cover page. So while rotating this cover page, here on this cover, there are two forces which are acting on this one. One force is acting upwards, one more force is acting on this one due to the bonding between this cover and this one, which is acting downwards. So this is pulling this cover downwards, I am pulling this side upwards. So there also there are two equal forces which are acting in opposite direction, and they are equal in magnitude and parallel to each other, because distance between these two forces will be equal at any time. Here this distance is, let us say, 20 centimeters now 20 centimeters, now 20 centimeters. So when I am rotating like this, whenever this turning effect can be seen here, so we have to think that this is torque only. But don't think that only one force is acting on this cover. Two forces are acting on this cover. One is a force applied by me, one more force is the force that is acting opposite to the force applied by me, but due to the bonding between this cover and this book. So this is one example for torque acting on a body. Similarly, while rotating a door also, while opening a door also, we are going to apply torque only. While opening this door also, here I am applying force here, and this door is rotating about that line of the hinges. So here when applying this force here, this is also torque. This is the force applied by me, and one more force is acting along that one, which is acting opposite to this one. So when I am pulling this one, the other force is acting in the opposite direction. when I am pushing this into this one, that force is acting in this direction. That's why it is rotating about that point. So, here also the torque acting on this door is given by force applied on this handle into the distance between this handle and the axis of rotation, which is given by tau is equal to r bar cross f bar. Here, this is a door and the width of the door is, let us say, r, and I am applying, these are the hinges that are provided here. So, this is the axis of rotation, and I am going to apply a force here perpendicular to this one into this one. So, which is given by F is equal to, let us say this F is given in terms of a vector. So, that vector is 2 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 4 k cap. This is the force vector which is acting on this door. What is the radius of this door? Let us say this radius also given in terms of a vector which is given by r bar is equal 10 I cap plus j cap minus 6 k cap, like this. So, we have given two vectors. One is a position vector where we are applying force here about the axis of rotation, the force is acting at distance r. So, now what is the torque acting on this one? First of all, this force is acting into this one. So, what is the direction of the torque here? So, this is the radius. So, I am keeping my hand like this palm, and this is into this board force. So, torque will be upwards. So, this is the turning effect. But do not think that the door is moving upwards. The turning effect is upwards. When you are opening the door, so then this is this palm force is acting like this, turning effect will be downwards. So, when the turning effect is upwards, we are closing the door. While closing the door, the torque direction is upwards. While opening the door, torque is outwards, that means downwards. So, depends upon the direction of the torque, the door can be closed or opened. Now, here how to find the magnitude of the torque acting on this one? After finding the direction, this can be written as tau bar is equal to r bar cross f bar. What is this value? So, already I discussed this in cross product of vectors. So, the simplest form is first r vector, this is 10, this is 1, this is minus 6, this is 2, minus 3, 4. So, always you start with r and then f vector. So, now torque vector is given by this, you can write, you close this row, this column and this row. So, multiply these two. So, this is 1 into 4 minus 3 into minus 6. So, this is I cap. Now, to write j cap, you can write plus j here, but students have a doubt. While explaining the vector product, I took minus here, but I can take plus also. Now, you write this 10 and 2 here. If you write j cap, you have to multiply these two. That is, j cap is equal to minus 6 into 2, 4 into 10. So, this is minus 6 into 2 and minus 4 into 10. So, this then you can keep plus j here. Otherwise, if you close this one, then you are multiplying 10 force 40 minus 2 into minus 6. These two terms will become reverse. Then you have to keep minus here. But otherwise, if you write these two values here, and if you take this one, if you close this one, then you can multiply these two numbers minus these two numbers. Then I wrote plus here. Otherwise, if I close this one here, in general, if I close this one, 10 force minus 2 into minus 6, but this is not 10 into 4, this here we have 4 into 10, but I am not writing 4 into 10 here, so it will be reversed. That is why please remember this one. Then plus k cap into other terms are, now you close this value, now you can multiply these two, 10 into minus 3 minus 2 into 1. Now, you simplify this equation. In this equation, what we are going to get? The torque is given by 4 minus, this is 18 minus 18 I cap. This is minus 12 minus 40 minus 52 j cap. This is minus 30 minus 30 minus 2 minus 32 k cap. So you can write this as 4 into minus, this is minus 14 I cap minus 52 j cap minus 32 k cap. So this is the vector, the torque value in terms of vectors. But what is the magnitude of this one? We know how to find the magnitude. The torque magnitude is given by root over, this is minus 14 square plus minus 52 square plus minus 32 square. So this is the magnitude of this torque. So I am going to use the calculator here. So by using calculator, we can write 14 14s are 196. This is root over 196. 52 into 52 will be 2704. 32 into 32. This is 1024. Add this 2704 plus 196. Together this will become root over 3924 under root. This is 62.64 Newton meter. This is the magnitude of the torque.